10 people with unique superpowers. Who wouldn't like to have superpowers? Throughout the history of mankind, we've been imagining heroes and villains with divine, alien, or mutant origins, possessing powers beyond our normal physical and mental scope. Yet, there are actually living humans among us that have unique abilities that set them aside from the rest of us. From an Aido master that is faster than a bullet to some creepy masters of bee swarms, you'll see some peculiar humans on this list. Number 10. Faithful and strong. At the 10th spot, we have the strongest priest in the world, a man of faith that has broken 9 powerlifting records in 2 decades, still holding 9 of them. Reverend Kevin Fast lives in Canada and has presided over thousands of services, weddings, and baptisms at his church, a responsibility he fulfills while competing as a strongman. Reverend Fast has pulled a fire engine over 100 feet and even hauled a 40-ton house down the road. He holds several Guinness World Records, such as the heaviest truck pulled by an arm wrestling move and the heaviest plane pulled by a man. Adding to his incredible performance, many of his records have been set recently, when he was more than 50 years old. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for all of you that'll just take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom, 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works. Number 9. Immune to freezing cold. At the 9th spot, please give a warm welcome to the man that can endure freezing temperatures, Wim Hof. Mr. Hof accidentally discovered his superpower when he jumped in a frozen canal after he felt a powerful urge to do it at the young age of 17. Luckily, it was actually just nature's call and not just a self-destructive urge. This way, he found out that he had a superhuman ability to endure cold, which has led him to set 26 world records. He's managed to run barefoot marathons in the snow, has world records submerging in ice, and has even tried to climb Mount Everest, stopped only by a foot injury. Although Mr. Hof looks more like a Viking warrior than a mindfulness teacher, researchers have found that his abilities are powered by strong breathing and meditation techniques that create a unique mind-body connection. When Wim Hof is exposed to extreme cold, his brain releases opioids and cannabinoids into his body, reducing the feeling of cold and pain. However, scientists have not yet been able to explain how he survives lethal temperatures that would freeze any other human. Number 8. Eagle Eye Vision. In the 8th spot, we have found a woman that can't miss any detail, with a vision more than twice as powerful as that of an eagle. Veronica Cedar was not taken seriously at first when she said that she could see small objects 1 mile away from her. Luckily, she wasn't living during witch hunting times, and in 1972, it wasn't that difficult to test her eyesight. The results of the tests were conclusive. Cider's vision is 20 times more powerful than normal human beings, which quickly took her to the Guinness World Records and allowed her to be acknowledged as a real superhuman. She can distinguish people and objects from 1 mile away, as well as judge the relative distance and position. An incredible power indeed. Number 7. A katana faster than a bullet. The eido is a Japanese martial art practiced by the ancient samurai, which emphasizes awareness and the ability to quickly draw the katana in a response to a sudden attack. This art prepared the ancient samurai to fight in sword duels and to train their minds to have powerful, quick reactions on the battlefield, where the mind is strained by all kinds of distractions, threats, and violence. In this regard, we could say that our 7th spot holder, the Japanese eido master, Isao Michi, it is impossible to ambush, as his expertise allows him to achieve superhuman concentration, speed, and accuracy when wielding his razor-sharp katana. In fact, Machi-sensei holds multiple Guinness World Records for his katana skills, including the most martial arts sword cuts in 1 minute and fastest tennis ball cut by a sword at 439 miles per hour. Not impressed? Well, we sure are. Number 6. Control over wild beasts. At the 6th spot, we have a man that's in love with the wilderness, and the wilderness loves him back. Kevin Richardson is a South African animal behaviorist and zookeeper who specializes in African animals. Lots of people love wild animals, like lions and tigers. However, that doesn't mean we're used to getting this close to these beautiful and dangerous beasts. If you watch him dealing with lions, black leopards, tigers, and hyenas, you wouldn't believe these are some of the most predatory, dangerous, and ferocious species in the planet. Mr. Richardson can create such a strong bond with these beasts that they behave like huge, loving pets. Although the Lion Whisperer warns that he only gets this close with animals he raised since they were puppies, it's still an extraordinary feat that shouldn't be underestimated. Number 5. Disease immunity. At the 5th spot, we have a superpower that would be extremely useful nowadays with all kinds of rare diseases around us. Back in the 1980s and early 90s, there was an epidemic that instilled fear among a wide range of minorities. And then it became a major health concern for the entire world. The AIDS epidemic caused by HIV is still a dangerous and deadly disease, but in the early days, no one knew what was going on. Only that suddenly, thousands, even millions of people were dying awfully after their immune system was debilitated and eventually destroyed. Stephen Crone was a part of the minorities that faced the epidemic first. He didn't know what was going on, but to his amazement, he never got sick. After scientists noticed this strange phenomenon, they made several tests on Mr. Crone and found out something incredible. He was completely immune to HIV, thanks to a small genetic mutation that protected some of the most critical blood cells in the fight against the disease. Perhaps immunity to disease doesn't sound that exciting, but Mr. Crone was a real-life X-Man that contributed in an impressive way to the understanding, prevention, and treatment of the HIV infection and AIDS epidemic. Number 4. Super flexibility. The man at the 4th spot on our list has acted as more than 40 different monsters in the movies. The peculiar thing about it is that his acting doesn't depend on special effects that much. Mr. Beauté possesses a unique gift. Being 6 feet and 7 inches in height, having extremely long limbs and a lean body, he sports a very extraordinary appearance and hyperflexibility caused by a very rare condition known as the Marfan syndrome. This condition allows Mr. Beauté to perform extraordinary feats of elasticity, impossible for any other human being. Thanks to his flexibility and peculiar body appearance, Mr. Beauté has acted in more than 40 horror movies as an alien, leper, monster, mummy, and even Slenderman, among other creatures. Although his condition can cause heart problems and blindness, Javier Beauté has been gifted with extraordinary elastic powers. Number 3. Eidetic memory. At the 3rd spot, we have an unforgettable superhuman with an extraordinary mental ability. Perhaps you've heard people complaining about forgetting where they put their smartphone charger, or home keys, or the answer to a very important exam. However, Marilu Henner, actress in Superhuman, would never complain about anything like that. And it isn't just because she has a great attitude. She has an extremely rare condition named hyperthymesia, which enables her to recall every single moment of her life. Only 25 confirmed cases of this condition exist. As young as a 6-year-old girl, Marilu Henner realized that she had this superpower.
Each day is a different selected scene, and some of them are more vivid than others, but I can go to each day and it sort of comes up.
According to her description, when she tries to remember something, it's like viewing little videos moving simultaneously, and she can scan, scroll, and flash through them. Although some specialists argue that people with hyperthymesia have a higher risk of suffering from OCD and anxiety disorders, they found as well that they have different brains than the rest of us, which seems to allow them this spectacular power. Number 2. Echolocation. At the 2nd spot, we have an incredible young man who lost his eyesight because of cancer as a toddler. But after that, something peculiar happened. He found a way to see. He didn't live in Hell's Kitchen, and neither did he wear a red suit, but instead he used echolocation to see. Making clicking sounds, Ben used the echo that bounced from objects to pinpoint their location. Through this outstanding skill, he learned to ride bikes, skating, climbing trees, and even practicing martial arts. His mother claimed that it was like he never even lost his sight. And the most amazing thing is that he doesn't need light to see, only clicking to navigate the dark. In 2009, Ben passed away as a teenager, just a week before turning 17. The same cancer that took his sight had returned more aggressively. Yet, the young Ben was a remarkable superhuman and an overall inspiration. Number 1. Bee bearding. At the 1st spot in our list, we have some incredible humans able to attract wild bees to their faces without suffering any serious harm. As unanimous as a man or woman with their face behind thousands of wild bees, these unique superhumans have developed the skill and mental toughness to attract thousands of bees to them, and to endure several minutes with the insects all over them. We can't even imagine ourselves standing still for more than a few seconds with any insect crawling on our skin. I mean, can you? Not many people around the world can learn the necessary techniques to attract thousands of bees, neither have the patience nor the courage to stand still, with their skin covered by insects. There are a few known practitioners of the art of bee bearding in the world, although it has some history and its origins go back to the 1830s, with the Ukrainian beekeeper, Petro Prokopovich, started congregating bees on his face. This kind of control over a multitude of insects in and of itself is an impressive feat indeed. We really hope you enjoyed watching Mind Read today, and we'll see you back here soon.